Hello Gizmos and welcome back to another FIFA 22 Portsmouth Creative Career Mode. So we are pushing towards the end of the season. We've just done New Year. We're now in February and it's going to be a very hectic month in terms of games and just what we need to accomplish in getting to, certain places in the table. We're still just off the top of the league. Sheffield Wednesday are still, I'd say, being annoying and keeping that top spot by winning games in hand. But I think that we've now got one on them as we push towards February. So we start the month with Oxford as the players coming out. And we get on a really sort of, I guess, a good vibe, but really games where we're not killing teams off in the first half, and it's been like 0-0 for a very long time. As you can see here, there's a mistake from Dan, took too long on the ball, and Brannigan curls it into the far corner right on the stroke of half time. A mistake from Dan. And then that gives Oxford a 1-0 lead. Early into the second half, Neil picks it up, has a shot, it's curled, and it's a very good save from the Oxford goalkeeper who tipped it past the post. And then from the resulting corner, as Joe's corner is whipped in, Mikey heads it, and I think it came up to the defender's head, and he headed it into his own net. Trying to clear it, obviously didn't do it on purpose, but Mikey brings us level at 1-1. And then here, Tommy does well to win back possession into Joe. It's a great first time ball all the way through to Neil, and he slots away the goal to make it 2-1. He picked up a yellow card for an earlier foul that he made, but I don't think he'll mind that. Neil scoring late again against Oxford, against the team that he did it at Fratton Park. Against his sort of second team, if you will, where it was all his family there. But for some reason, our defence was so deep, and with 5 minutes to go, Oxford equalised through Kramer. Really question marks about the defending, where everyone was, because I was shocked. I was thinking, he played it, he's offside, and then Dan and Novio and Chris are all chilling on the edge of the area. Quarter-final time against Fleetwood Town. In the Papa John's Trophy, win this, and then you're in the semis, and then you're one game away from the final. So as it stands, only 2 games away from the final. And really, Rotherham and Oxford are the only team, and obviously Fleetwood, but we've got them. So if results went everyone's way in favour of us, Rotherham and Oxford would both lose, and it would be an all League Two sort of semi-final. With just us, obviously, as the League One team, but we have to qualify first. We got off to a good start. McLovin's fine shot was well saved from the goalkeeper. It was headed into that top corner. From the resulting corner, it was a foul, I believe, on Rob. I think Rob went up for the header, but the defender just absolutely shoved him out of the way. And Tyler steps forward, and he slots his penalty in the far corner and scores his first Portsmouth goal of his career. First season in there, he's done well, stepped in when needed to, stepped up as well, and he scores his first goal for us. Mistake at the back, Hayes cutting it back to Morris, who did really well here, back into Hayes. I thought Hayes was actually offside, running back from an offside position, but it didn't matter. Pilkington slid it into the empty net to make it 1-1, and then here, Tyler just getting done from Morris's either pace. Great ball into Pilkington, and then Lane scored, and they scored a carbon copy. But I kind of want to point fingers at Alfie there, because Alfie should be saving that. It was a very poor effort in saving that. We get a bit lucky. Keane did well with the bounce, fed through to Ocean, one touch, and a fine finish from Ocean. Keane just kind of stood there really and fell to the floor. But Ocean makes it 2-2. Very good strike, and brings us back onto level terms, just on the hour mark as well. As I was just about to make a few changes, nothing happened, so it went to penalties. Alfie was sent the wrong way from the first one. Mikey, who came off the bench, stepped forward and slots it into the corner. Keeper could only stand and watch. And then Andrew stepped forward, and then Alfie guessed right and then saved it to tip it away. B then stepped up to give us the lead to make it 2-1 and advantage us in the shootout as Fleetwood took their third one. Lane, who gave Fleetwood the lead, scored, sent Alfie the wrong way, but it looked like he was going to the left for so long. I then stepped forward and made it 3-2 to us, and it was back to advantage to us. Batty then stepped forward for Fleetwood, and his shot, again, it looks like it's going down the middle for so long, but he scored to make it 3-3. So Neil had to score to keep the pressure on, and he did. And what a penalty that is, by the way. Sent in the far corner. No one was getting that, even if the keeper dived the right way. He wasn't saving that. And then Hayes had to score, otherwise they sent or going out. He did score by going down the middle. Very weak. In that respect, I hate people that go down the middle. And then it was Tyler who got things rolling for us tonight with an opening penalty, and he could send us through to the semis with a second penalty, and he did. Keeper just stood there and watched, and Tyler was off celebrating. I don't know what happened to the cutscene, but Alfie came into it, and then Tyler was off celebrating on his own. But that is us through to the semis, thanks to Tyler's double penalty, one at normal time and then one in the shootout. Back to league action, and we were at home to Doncaster. Novia went on an amazing run and then hit an absolute sweet shot. It must have swerved because the keeper didn't get there. Up and over. What a finish, and that is 1-0 within inside 3 minutes. And this is what I'm talking about, putting teams to the sword so early on in games like this. We really need to. Handball here against the Doncaster player, had no sort of choice really. The referee to give it was watching straight in there. But 2-0 in 30 minutes. We're dominating teams like this. We're absolutely pulling them apart and scoring early, so the threat is not there for us to concede any further goals. We had to wait until the second half for a free kick goal, and what a goal it was. And Mikey's free kick up and over the wall. Keeper even dived, but there's no point in that. And Mikey scores the third game, or the third goal, should I say, in this game. Really annoyed because I really wanted a clean sheet. Alfie made a really good save, and he missed it. I don't know how he missed it. Sob made the save, sorry. But we did keep the clean sheet. And we win 3-0. And then Crew, and then a bit of rush of blood from me, and he came out for the second. For the first one, he got it well, but for the second one, he should have let his defenders did the rest of the work. He gave away the penalty, but it didn't matter because Crew hit the bar and we were able to clear it, but nothing came of the counter attack. And then not so long later, another shot was forced into a save from Ian, a really good save actually, pushing it wide off the post. And Crew were all over us for a team that was sort of struggling down the bottom. They were all over us, and then this time they did get their goal. Ian probably dived too early, I think, but nonetheless, it went into the far corner, and it is 1-0 Crew on the half hour. Time for us to up our gear and get back into it, which we did. B's amazing cross fell all the way to the back post, and Mikey was there to slam it in to make it 1-1, I think, just before half time. But then Crew went up the other end, and it's poor. It's either poor defending from Dan, or the game didn't allow me to get, like a challenge in or anything like that. But either way, I felt like it was really, really frustrating for us to concede like that. Neil got in on the act, a shot was blocked, it fell through, headed it from Neil, it bounced on the line, and then Mikey's there to header it in, but honestly, it bounced on the line. It wasn't so close, it didn't cross the line clearly, but it was very, very close in that respect. So we draw away at Crew 2-2, but this time we go 1-0 up away with a midweek game away at Shrewsbury. What a finish that is from Mike, a good ball from B, mind you, and I think Mike just flicked it through the keeper's legs, who came rushing out, but it didn't really need to. And then the only time that I've really credited a goal was this one. What a through ball that was. It was a really good through ball, and a really good finish. Here, this was defensive error from us. Just couldn't clear it. McLovin changed the team around because the fitness-wise. But yeah, really frustrating for us. Bad touch from McLovin and gave away the goal. And then deep into injury time, it fell to Ocean. Looked like he was going to score. I think it was flying in, but the defender jumped up with his arms in the air. Can't do that. And a chance for us to equalise and salvage a point in a game where I generally didn't think that we deserved anything. Just squeezed it in the corner, and I mean just squeezed it in the corner. And it is 2-2. We salvage a point from getting no points, and we deserve nothing out of that game. So I think the fact that we were happy to take a point just says it all. Fleetwood this time at home and in their cup, again, change of rotation and probably goal of the season from Ocean. What a chip that is. Absolutely fantastic chip over the goalkeeper, who was backpedaling I don't know why he was throwing it out, but yeah, Ocean with probably one of the goals of the season. And then Dan's downward header, and Tommy flicked it. And I thought at first Tommy backheeled it into the net, but on replay, Tommy didn't. Tommy actually turned and then flicked it with his right foot. So I thought it was an amazing goal, but it wasn't as good as I thought when I scored it, because I did generally scream. When I first scored it. Poor passing from Ryan. He tried to make up for it with the block into Morris, into Harrison, and then back into Harrop, and then Paul just went through the back of Harrison. Didn't need to, and the former Pompey man slots away the penalty to make it 2-1. Really frustrating for us, because that's a silly challenge from Paul. We didn't need to make that challenge. And then out of nowhere, and I mean out of nowhere, Pilkington, who did the damage in the cup, by scoring a couple of goals, did damage again by scoring again, but it wasn't to be, as B's downward header found Mikey with 4 minutes to go. He gave us the lead to make it 3-2, and it was a precious win, because we weren't playing very well, but we were just scraping these wins or results. I guess that's what they say. Champions do that by scraping results and getting victories that you don't really deserve. So I'm glad that we're doing that. Top of the league, but we do have a game in hand, but so do Rotherham. So we're a point clear at the top. So it's not overly too bad. Mikey's on 27, nearly on 30 goals, 3 away for him. I'm 1 away from 20. B and Ocean are both 1 away from double figures themselves, and same as Neil and Danny, both 2 away from double figures. Paul and Jack's both on 4, a lot of doubles with each other here. Tony's on 3, Novio's on 2 after his screamer earlier on in the episode. He's on 2. I guess for assists, me leading the way. Neil's not too far behind. B nearly on double figures, but yeah, not really looking for assists. Probably B could up his assists, but I know he's missed a lot of games due to the fact of being out injured as well. So we give him a little bit of credibility. The clean sheets as a players wise is really good. Novio sort of hires ones for the defenders. Back to the goals. McLovin and Tommy both on 2, and Tyler on 1, which I thought was more, but the one in the penalty shootout doesn't actually count, unfortunately. So yeah, Tyler grabs his first goal because he scored the first penalty in the actual game, not the shootout. So clean sheet, Sov on 6, really good, nearly double figures for Sov. Alfie on 4 and Ian on 4 on joint as well. Guys, if you haven't liked the video, like it and subscribe if you're more for more great FIFA Pompey.